Hello everyone. Group 1 and Group 2, are you here? Okay, let me clear out my file. How's everyone's morning? Say hi on the chat. Hi. Hello. Hi. Morning. Have your breakfast? Okay, I hope you did. Right. So I want you guys to download the zip file over here on your breadboard while I take the attendance. Okay, don't say weird things on the chat, huh? We'll go through some PDF or so today, but you download the zip file, so the PSD file is also inside. Alright. So group 1 and group 2 have your Twitch name already. Okay, so I call out your name, you say whether you're here. Okay. Okay, Beverly, you here? Chelsea, are you here? So if you're here, say you're here. No, so you type out your name. So like Beverly, you say Beverly here, and Chelsea here, and CK here, and Christy here. Right? So type out your name and then here. Okay, Beverly here, Chelsea here, CK here. Okay, so y'all can go in sequence. You can be a bit faster. Xia here, CK here, Christy here, Esther here, Gordon, Megan, Christy, Gordon here, Shuxiang here. If you know yours is coming up, and type it out here. Gordon here, Shuxiang here, Philip here, Joel here, Louisa. Where's my Louisa? Joel here, Hui Ming. Who is type out your full name, I don't know, some of you type short form. Hui Ming, Jamie, Jia Ming, Esther, Ziling, right? Amy, Pei Shan, Sakura not yet. Bei Bing, Jia Xing here, Ziling here. Alright. Yeah, I'm at home. So, blah blah blah. Okay, open another window. There you go. Group 2, Andrea. We'll say Andrea here, Marita here. Why am I being broadcast on the screen? Hey, don't do anything funny. No. Oh, I'm not that tired, don't worry. Okay, I just sound like this. Okay. Okay, here. Rebecca here. Rebecca here. Okay, is Rebecca here? Never see just. Yeah, I need to change to a big screen. Check out a bit. Ariel here. Okay, is this one here? Dean here. If you never say you tap twice, rating here, rating. Turn wrong. Very fast, I cannot catch. Center here. 1Y here. If I never catch your name, you type again, because you're all being jumbled out already. There, yeah. Here. Look at one chat. Data here. Look at one chat. Data here. Okay, that's a cool offer screen. In here. Up in here. Get in here. Come in here. Come in where? Come in, Jia Ying, Darren Lim, Ariel. I think I saw Ariel just now. Yan Yan, Atika, Raven, Wan Qing. Atika, Raven, Wan Qing. Jia Ying. Yeah, I'm already. Okay. Those who I never call me again later. I have to move on. Right. It's a very normal headset. Okay, let's watch a video like I always do. Okay, let's watch this video first. Okay, so this is Akira Kurosawa's short video about colors. Okay, the his use of color is really good, and particularly like the way he used the primary colors for his three suns: yellow, red, and blue. Oh, very interesting. So you can check out some of his films if you have the time. Use of red color for lust or very bloody violent scenes. Use of complementary colors. So this one is a bit of green and red. So it's a complementary color on the color wheel. And yeah, so very strong and good use of colors. So I hope you all can learn from this kind of masters and see how they are able to use the colors to direct the viewers to where they want to see. So everything is very desaturated in the scene, but you can see the red color is very saturated. So they direct the viewers to the colors very strongly. You can see. We talk a little bit about colors. Okay, so use it to direct the viewer's eyes and for overall presentation. Okay, so if we talk about the color wheel, primary colors, the three colors you see just now, complementary colors, the opposite colors on the color wheel, and today we will also talk more about orange color and purple color, or maybe like these two color, orange and blue color. So it's a warm light and cool shadows. It's a very successful example of how people use it for their films. So for example, if you look at some paintings like this, they are good use of warm light and cool colors in the shadows. Warm light, cool shadows, complementary color, warm light, cool shadow. So you feel very at peace, very warm feeling in your stomach when you see these kind of colors, and then you really like how the scene looks like. So for example, the kid is very happy in her room with the orange light coming from the lamp and blue light coming from the moon. Okay, so this is a very good example of how people use warm light and cool shadows in their painting, and it looks very pretty. So try to identify this. Beginners who are new to painting, they can only visualize shadows as being black color or brown color. It's very hard for them to imagine blue color can be shadow, but when you really try it, it works very well. Okay, so today we will paint a shape like this. So these are some of the steps. Later I'll go through more. And now we will look at this document. Okay, so we will do ship painting with mood and lighting. Okay, don't give me weird things on the chat. Try to concentrate on the lesson. I'm your Pam, so I can talk to y'all soon. And don't project me on the screen. I don't know where you're located at right now. I thought we are all doing e-learning this morning for all the lessons. So I don't know, maybe y'all don't need to go to school. I don't know. Maybe some of you are in school. Yeah. So we will understand how the shape is being formed on the ship. So actually if each circle area of the ship is like a sphere, you can think of them as a sphere. And then the legs are kind of like cylinders, the ears is a bit more flat. Okay, so understand the shape of the object and apply color theory and complementary colors according to the color scheme. Okay, so this is the ship's original drawing is drawn by this artist, Tim, and then here this exercise on DeviantArt for people to practice on, and this is the ships that he has painted, very cute. And then in dramatic lighting, he used cooler lighting or against the shadow. He changed up the lighting accordingly from a different direction, and it can give more interest to the scene depending on how he wants it to light. Focus on the color and the lighting to create a good finish, and visualize a lighting direction when you start to paint on these spheres. Imagine most of the time the spheres is being hit by the light in this direction. Okay, this week we will do the ship on the left. Okay, so we'll do the original ship, the cool lighting ship, the warm lighting, as well as dramatic lighting. And next week we'll do some with color schemes. So week 2, deliverables, breadboard and art station. Submit to backup first, always, by Thursday 6 p.m. tomorrow. Follow naming convention. After that, you post on art station. Your work should be posted on the same link. So for example, I look at one of your seniors' work. We drag it here. So this is Christie's work. So I just pick random student. So the painting of the ball you did on the first week. Second week you do the ship, and third week you do something like this, and fourth week you do material cubes, and then you do some custom cube. Okay, so everything you can name it under one exercise called digital painting exercise or digital shading exercise. It's fine. And the people can scroll down and look at all your digital painting fundamental works. Okay, on your art station you would do on this link over here. So for example, if you finish painting, then you will update over here, but it's the same link. All this is the same link. Why? Because you post everything on the same page, right? So I want everything on the same link, same page. Okay, so should be pretty easy to do. I want you all to follow this format, and then you have this in your portfolio. That will be quite good. You just have some digital painting foundations. Next week we will go through this. So warning, cheating is shameless. If you're caught, we will take disciplinary actions against you. Okay, so we can easily tell whether you painted yourself or you just copy and paste from somewhere else. So don't try to cheat your way through. You can be expelled. Refer to contact number on the backboard. So for example, if I were to look at my backboard, our contact number is located here, so you can contact lecturer and then go under here to look for our numbers. Okay, so let's get started. All of you have opened up your zip file already. There's one PSD file inside. There's only one PSD file called name underscore assignment admin number assignment 1B, and let's open that up. Let me look at what your question is. So do we update our page with the ball reference, or do we upload to a new one? So it's the same page. Yeah, so it's on the same page. You just update on the same page lah. Is it? So it's on the same page, but on your backboard you copy and paste here, so it shows that you're updating. When you go to here, as long as this page has all your painting and there's more painting on top of this, I'll be happy. Okay, so that on top there's more and more painting. Right. Not sure, ask me again. I think it's pretty straightforward. This is your line work file. All our paintings, make sure we do inside these working layers. So I'll create a group under the line work, because the line work will always be on top. Okay, line work will be on top. The line work is set to multiply, and then the line work will go through the layers below. Okay, so I create a new layer, put it below the line work, group it up. Okay, try to follow it now. And then I'll call it original ship. And then okay, I change this layer, I'll call it Midtone. I would color pick on the Midtone colors here, and I get ready to apply on my ship. Okay, so what I do is I go to my line work layer. I use a magic wand, and then I magic wand on the outside. After that, I press Control Shift I, Control Shift I to inverse the selection, and then I select inverse. Okay. Magic wand outside, Control Shift I to select inverse. You can also go to select inverse to select inverse. Anyway, I just want to have a very clean paint bucket like this, so I can just paint bucket this Midtone colors. Next, I create a new layer. I call it highlight body. So I'll create some of these highlights on each spheres of this ship. Okay, try to watch what I'm doing first. Okay, so I go to each line layer and I do a magic wand. Select, and then I go to my body. So I go to my line work layer and magic wand already. Then I go to my new layer here below where I put the highlights, and then I start to paint on this layer with that selection. I only go to my line work art layer to get the selection, to get the silhouette of these areas to paint on, so I can, yeah, I always go back to this body to paint. Okay, so for example, I go here, magic wand, and I go back to my highlight, paint the highlight, back up to my selection on top, go back down to highlight, paint the highlight. So go up, come down, go up, come down. I will go up, come down. And then my brush size is I have this soft brush, and I can change my size accordingly. So if I want this path to be a bit softer, I'll use a softer brush. The colors I use is not totally white. Remember I tell you never use the extreme white colors. Always color pick a slightly grayer color. So later we are still able to make it brighter if you want to. So don't use pure white or extreme white. Have a bit of color in it, just slightly. Don't be fully gray also. So my color is kind of over here in the color wheel. So it's close to white, but not exactly white. You must see the difference. So later I can, because I didn't use a full white color, I'll be able to also make each of these paths brighter. So now, although I'm painting all these highlights down, it's not totally bright yet. I can still make it brighter later. Okay. I'll go through each of these paths, magic wand, and I'll go back to the layer very quickly. Paint some of this down. Magic wand. Okay, so if you understand, you can start doing the ship. Let me get some music going. So it's very easy to magic wand because of the line work that we created, that I provided for you. I'm using the default magic wand settings. Concentrate on your work, Later need to submit this by tomorrow. Better to finish up as much as you can. Check the attendance again. You can keep painting. Just call out the names of people that I haven't picked yet. Right. Hui Ming from group 1, is he here? And then okay, Hui Ming here, later I mark you. Charmaine here or not? Charmaine group 2, Yuan Yuan group 2, Atika group 2, Ray-Wen group 2, Wan Qing group 2. Last call. How many people are not here, man? Let me check my tweets. I only have 23 people online. It's so funny. I have 2 classes, I should have 40. Weird. Weird. Ray-Wen is here. Okay, so just now I mentioned using magic wand to magic wand on the line work layer. I'm doing the same for the legs. So the legs is a little bit more blue. Magic wand on the leg, then I'll just apply a bit of soft brush, blue color. Just softly tap a few times. Applying a little bit of blue on the outer side. Anybody need me to repeat? Type in the chat. So I only have two layers. One layer that is white and the brighter parts on the body, created by doing magic wand on each spheres, the line work layer, and going back to a highlight layer. Repeat please. Okay, so do again now. New layer, create a midtone, magic wand on the outside of the line work, then select inverse, so I can just use a paint bucket, and then I paint bucket like this, so I get this layer first. So because I magic wand on the outside and then I select inverse, it becomes the whole inside, and then I just paint bucket. Simple. Second layer is a highlight layer, then I go to each of the line work. Each half I use a magic wand to select, and then I go back to the highlight to apply the white color area. Select and go back down, apply. Select, go back down, apply. Select, go back down, apply. Select using the line work layer, go back down to the highlight layer to do your own painting. Be very clear about what layer you're using and when you're painting on. So this is the second semester you're using Photoshop, to be more used to it by now. So just select and paint. Select and paint. And then if I need to, I can use my smudge tool to smudge things around. If my brush strokes is not on the right spot, I can always smudge it. Select, brush stroke, big brush stroke, apply. So using a lot of it is a slight gradient on it. Select and paint. So the big brush strokes, small brush strokes. Don't just use a small brush stroke. You find it very painful to get a good gradient with small brush strokes. It just doesn't work, man. Like, you need a big brush strokes, and then just big is better. So much easier. Like, if you know how to use your brush strokes properly, the different sizes. Your hand, left hand is always on the bracket beside P. Bracket left, bracket right. Make the brush strokes big and small. The left hand is not using a shortcuts. Means you won't learn to be a good artist if you just want to be lazy. Remember to believe that you know how to learn and use and apply all the shortcuts. The faster you try using them, the faster you learn. If you keep telling yourself you won't get to use them, you won't use them ever. Best if you can learn every shortcut I teach and apply them, and you learn them. Nothing too difficult about it, right? We'll do the same for the legs. Have a selection first, and then select a blue highlight for the leg, and I'll just apply on the left. Lightly tap. Look at my brush size and where I start painting all these different areas. Try to grab. Two layers. Nah, your tolerance is try. Tolerance is default, right? 32. Contiguous is on. This button here. So you only select one at a time if this is on. If this is not on. If this is not on, you select everything. If you change your tolerance, you should be fine too. And you should only get one at the same time because this line is quite clean. Let's stick to 32 and contiguous. Speak a bit louder. Okay lah. Try. You asked for it. Okay, pin first. I'll be right back. What happened? Nothing happened. Have you all reached this stage? I hope so. Okay, let's move on. Okay, now I'll start painting the face. So I create a new group called the face of the ship. Create. So for the face, I would start with the highlight on the face also. Okay, so I'll use the same method. I magic wand the face. Then I shift click to also magic wand the ear. Okay. So I can apply a big blue brush stroke. Okay, I just color pick the center part of the highlight. Okay, so I make a big brush and then on the center I make a little bit more. So it's stronger at the center, you see. Then I apply some at the corners and then at the center of the mouth. Okay, so if you don't like the selection blocking you, you can press Ctrl H to temporarily hide it. So Ctrl H you can hide and unhide. So it's like Maya but a bit different. Shortcut. So it's just Ctrl H. So I temporarily hide it, but my selection is still there, you see. I just hide it. So I apply brush strokes to the areas I want. And this one I'll call it the face highlight. It's already under the face highlight, the face group. Okay, now I want to add the blush on his face. So there's a bit of red color. So I'll do a red color around this tone. My red color, something like this. Watch so I will apply a bit of red color on the center part. So also his face on the center, there's a bit of red color. And then just set this opacity down by a lot, just slightly, keep it subtle. It's all in the subtleness of the color, if you can tell. The mid-tone colors. Okay, I wait a while first. I repeat again, just in case. So I selected the line work, the face line work, and then what I did is I select the brightest highlight of the face color, this blue color, and I apply like this. And apply like this on the top part, on the ear part, and on the mouth part. And then I created a new layer. So this one is a highlight. One is a blush, and then for the blush I have this red color that is kind of mid-tone. I color pick from here and then I make it more red, all the way to the red. Because I will tone it down later, so I'm not afraid to make it more red. So some red color like this, and then put it down to like 30%, 40% opacity. I'm just running the playlist, I'm not gonna change. Can you concentrate on your painting? There isn't even any subscribing function. Okay, I'll go through the next step. Watch. So I'll go to my mid-tone layer, and I'll use the burn tool. So I'll keep my protect off, and my exposure level is like 15. Okay, so you don't have protect on so that you can use the full power, 15%. It's not very strong, but be careful because new people to using burn, they like to burn too strongly. So don't make things too dark, just apply lightly on the areas you want to burn. I'm on the mid-tone layer, so it is the first layer that you created. Okay, so dodge will only apply to dodge and burn will only apply to layers that already have colors. Okay, so I'm just softly going to burn some of this. be careful not to burn other spheres. So sometimes I would magic wand to clean up some spheres. I don't want to make some spheres to be too dark. So as I'm applying burn on certain smaller areas, for example this left side of the ship's face, which is a bit darker, try not to hit the layer at the bottom, the sphere that is behind. Some of these lines is a bit sharper. Also on the face of the ship you can see this is like soft gradient, but there's also like a sharper shape to some of this area. So try to get that also. So it's just when you make it sharper, it means that the angle is a bit more angular. So the turning point is not just totally a sphere, but it's more of there's some sharpness on the nose. So try to apply some of this burn. Yeah, using a mouse. Doesn't matter, you can use mouse or use a tablet. Just because my tablet, something wrong with it. I can also use my tablet. Later when I do the eye, I want to use my tablet. Okay, let's move on to the eyes. Okay, so the eye, there is this gradient from the dark side. Okay, I can't really use my Wacom to. Okay, I use my mouse. Okay, from the dark side of the eye, it will slowly go to white. So this part is all in shade. Okay, there's like a shadow going on over here. Okay, so that's what you need to think of. But when we lay down our first set of colors, I'll just put the gray color for the white color behind. Then I'll add a darker color, mid-tone color for the center part. Okay, so 2 layers. Grab the mid-tone white color first. My opacity is on 100%. Okay, so this one I'll call it eye white. Okay, so I can also color code my layer. So if I right click on this layer, I put to blue. All my face layer is blue color. And all my eye layer, I'll put it to orange color. So I color code my layers so that you can see easier. It's also easier when sometimes you don't have time to name all your layers. You just right click and color code them. Then you know which layer is what. Okay, eye white is below. Okay, eye black is on top. Yeah, you can yeah, there's gonna be video later, so don't worry. Later you can have a recording. Yeah, don't worry. You just catch up whatever you can. Like, at least I'm doing it live. Some value in that. So if you cannot catch up at least every step, you try to, when I tell you to come and listen, you at least look at it. You know, I want it to be taught to you face to face if possible, but because I was given instructions to do e-learning, so I need to do it e-learning, yet I want to teach you, yet I only have 2 hours. So I'm gonna teach you anyway, and then there's gonna be a video anyway, and then it's up to you to see how you can make the most out of it. Okay, this layer I'll call it eye black. Okay, look at my screen. So I have eye black layer on top of eye white layer. Okay, so I only have these 2 layers, and I'll use a big burn brush from the top, and then I'll just add gradient from the top. So I'll also go to my eye white layer, so I have this gradient going. I will upload it to YouTube also. Hey guys, stop worrying. I told you to stop worrying and then you keep worrying. Just concentrate on your work. Trigger me, trigger me, I trigger you back. Okay, then there's all the lessons I do, there's a recording. No need to worry. Okay, I use a burn on the center part of the eye. Well, I only have 2 layers. One is the eye black. I started with the midtone and then I just use a burn to burn some of this. The burn only applies a gradient this direction. And I also burn the center part of the eye so that there's black at the center part. Okay. Now I'll select this eye highlight area. I go to my line work to select these 2 white color parts. I create a new layer for it. Eye highlight. Okay, so just paint white color on the highlights. Okay, paint a bit of the eye white highlights also, so it's the same layer. And then I'll just use eraser to erase off sides. That's too much. The eye black, bottom part of the eye black, I will use my dodge so that there is a bit of highlight at the bottom part as well. Okay, I think later I'll repeat the eye part again. So I repeat the eyes again. So I'll create color pick the mid-tone white color to just lay down this white color here. So I actually have a white color. It's kind of grayish. It's just on this area here. Erase off the excess. So I keep it to only at the eye area. This layer I call it eye white. And I create another layer called eye black. And paint on only the black areas. There's a gradient from the top to bottom, so I will use my burn, big brush burn, 15% mid-tones, and I'll just burn it from the top. Apply the burn to the center part also, because center part of the eye is black. Go to my eye white, there's a burn at the top. Same gradient a little bit at the bottom. Okay. Bottom part of the eye black, I'm gonna dodge it. Use my dodge brush. Dodge. So there's a gradient from the top that makes it dark, and then at the center part it's gonna be brighter for the highlight. This higher saturation highlight on the bottom part of the eye. You can also dodge on the eye white, so it becomes brighter on this area. And finally, the brightest highlight. Just magic wand the white color areas of the eyes, and I'll make it pure white. Okay, now I go back to my midtone layer. What, huh? I go back to my midtone layer of the main ship. Sorry, actually I go back to my highlight body layer of the main ship, the white color area where you paint on the ship. I can brighten some of these areas, brighten it up, so I can use my dodge brush. I'm on dodge exposure 10. I'm going to change it to highlight so it's a bit stronger. So I'll dodge highlights. So I can give an extra value to the shading that I applied just now. There's more brightness to it. Same for the highlight on the face. I can make it slightly stronger on some areas by dodging it. I'll start to lower the line work opacity on my character. So I don't want so much line work actually. So I lower my line work to like 50%. And what I want to do is I want the bright part of the spheres to have almost no line work. So if you look at the reference image, there's almost no line work over there. So I'm going to create another layer above the line work layer. So this is the only layer that is above. And then I'm gonna control click on the line work layer. By control clicking, I get this selection. Now I want to paint over like this. So some of these areas, I'll just get the colors nearest to it. And I don't want the line work to be so strong on some of these areas, so I'm lightening it. So painters always try to have a painting with no line work, almost, or as thin as possible. So I use this layer to lighten my work. Okay, let you see all my layers. So starting from the first layer, all my mid-tone color looks like this because just now we apply burn on it. Second layer, the highlight on the body, where I magic wand. Third layer, the highlight on the face, also a bit of magic wand, and apply the highlight. Add some red color blush on the face. For the eye, I group it up separately. Start with the eye white area, with a dark gradient coming from top. And I have a darker black area. And I have my eye highlight. So the eye black layer looks a bit complicated just because the center of the eye I also burn it, and there's also a gradient coming from the top. And the bottom part of the eye I dodge it, use a dodge brush, dodge it brighter. Dodge is used on highlight range. Eye highlight area is the white highlights of the eye. It's very important to make the shape come to life with the eye highlights. Okay, then finally I have a lightened line work layer on top. Just lightens everything. Try to do the line work in such a way that the brighter the light hits that area, the less line work that is. I'll keep the line work the same as that color. So this is my method of painting the shape. If you prefer other method, you can also do it. So just make use of your observation skill. Like the right color, use the right brush size to have the right gradient or softness to certain areas. That's very important, that you are able to identify this softness or values of different areas. Okay, so I'll move on to the color correction steps. Like, okay, so I think you'll watch first, and you'll get the idea. I group all my layers to original shape. Okay, you'll watch first, so think of it this way. This is also like a recording. So you're just watching a recording, except you watch all the way, and then after that you go and do. Okay, so just go and watch the recording now. And the recording. Okay, all the layers is being grouped as one original shape. And I press Ctrl J to duplicate it. And I can press right click merge group, or I can press Ctrl E to merge the group. So I have this group like this. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this group down. Press Ctrl R to get the ruler out. I'll just use the ruler to make sure it's straight. Ctrl J to duplicate again. Move to the next one. Okay, so once you have one shape done, you can use it to color correct the rest. So do the first shape nicely. I'll spend more time on it. Ctrl J, duplicate, and move it down. So the second one, I'm gonna call it cool shape. Third one, I'm gonna call it warm shape. Last one will be the dramatic lighting shape. Okay, so I hope you are watching, so just watch first. Later then you'll do your own. So we'll group up the cool one, and I'm gonna duplicate it one more time. Oops, sorry. Cool shape. So I have two shapes inside here. They are stacked right on top of each other, so I can do a color correction here. So whatever I color correct, I still have a original one below. So original one below. Okay, so I have two of this. You can look at the settings from the zip file that you downloaded. Steps for color correcting shape, the folder. And then I'll just follow these steps. So Ctrl B, color balance, and then the midtones, I'll add these values. Mostly it's using your eye. Add a bit more cyan, add a bit more blue. And you change depending on your painting. The shadows, I want a bit of blue. Also you can see the shadows I also add. So all the steps are here at 25. So under color balancing, there's 3 forms of tone balance: highlight, minus, and press OK. So I have mid-tone, I adjust some, so it will attack the mid-tone colors using these settings, and you attack the shadow colors using this setting, and you attack the highlights, make it more cyan. Okay, and then I hit hue and saturation, Ctrl U to just make it more grayish, not as saturated. Ctrl U. Then do levels, Ctrl L. Make it less contrast and then brighter. So levels is just a more powerful version of brightness and contrast. Just because of the bar here, you will be able to also add black and white colors below. But basically the center values are how you adjust the contrast and the bright colors. Okay, so if I use this dial here will make it brighter. This dial here will make it more contrasted. Okay, so if I just blindly follow a setting, it will be too bright, so I'm not going to do that. Now I'm just using my eye to adjust it. Okay. Under my hue saturation, probably I want to make it a bit more bluish. Just found maybe too much cyan to it. Okay, so if I don't like it, I can also go back to the one I have below, where I have two of this. Just apply a bit of cyan color at the left side. Here I use the color touch. I just have a bit of cyan and I set the color to the touch. The rest I'll probably use burn, because burn it slightly more. The bottom part of the eye looks a bit different. Burn on certain areas and make it darker. I think the face needs to be brighter, so I'm gonna add another layer. Just make the face a bit brighter. Too black. And erase off on the eye areas. Something going for the face. Face brighter. Okay, now I start on the warm shape. Look, okay. So if not later you have to look at the video recording. Okay, I group up the warm shape again after I duplicate two layers, one on top of each other. So just now I mentioned the lighting with the cool light and warm light. Okay, so imagine the red arrow is warm light, the blue arrow is the cool light. Okay, we want to try to get that in our painting as well. So it's a very delicate balance. We will color correct it to mostly orange first, and then we add blue to the shadows. And you need to learn this. I don't want to see just black or brown in the shadows. I want to see the tint of blue. It'll make it very nice in the warm painting. Okay, so start off with color balance. Okay, look at the file. Okay, so start off with the midtones, yellow minus 35, shadows, a bit of minus to cyan, and then plus 55 to blue. And then on the highlights is the most important. So actually when I did this is because I'm adding a lot of blue to the shadows. Okay, so the color correction here is to purposely attack the shadows to make it very blue, and later I'll decontrast it. Okay, highlights I'll do plus 20 red, minus 55 yellow. I'll make it a bit orangey and very very yellow on the highlight. So we see it starting to come together. Wow. Don't have to be exact, but around the same. Okay. There is some areas that is a bit blown up, so maybe I don't know if I want to go so much. Okay, maybe like this. Okay, press OK. Then I'll apply some orange to these areas. And set it to overlay and add blue to the shadow areas. So control left click, or you can just do clipping mask, kind of the same. Okay, so I don't do control left click, I will do clipping mask. Paint on the outside of the ship, it's okay. So later I will clip it downwards. In between two layers, press alternate, hold it there, and then left click. Okay, it becomes a clipping mask. Okay, this layer I set it to overlay. So it adds the overlay of orange warm light down. So whichever areas that is still not orangey enough, I'll try to add this overlay to it. Make it a bit darker so that my yellow color will work well with the overlay layer. The right side of the ship feels really dark now, but it's okay, later I'll lighten it using a blue color. Okay. Face is a bit too white, so I'll add a bit of yellow to it. This layer I'll set it to darken. I'll darken some of the bright hot spots on the face. So instead of being white, it'll be a bit more yellowish. So this is an overlay for orange. Okay, you can visit the steps in that folder later also. Okay, or you can rewatch the stream to watch what I did. Okay, now I'll add a blue color to the right side. So blue, the blending mode is lighten. I'll grab a blue color that is a bit lighter, and I'll add it to all these shadow areas that I think is too dark. Okay, so what's happening is when I put it to lighten, it will only affect those areas. Things set to. Okay. I'm gonna get a bit of brown color to neutralize my colors a bit on the darker parts. Set this to lighten. Okay, so I have two lightened layers. This one is lightened brown and another one is lightened blue. Blue is still not strong enough. I'm not getting really the look I want yet. But maybe I have to rise the saturation of the blue. Okay, it's gonna a bit closer. Just be careful not to let my blue color make some spots too whitish. So if it becomes too white, not really what I want. So I'm adding some spots of blue highlight. I make this a bit easier. Okay, sorry, my layer's a bit messy this time, but hope you get the idea is to kind of really match as closely as the reference as you can, and normally I try to keep as little layers as I can. Basically, I've done it before with just a few layers. Overlay and brown and blue, probably. It should work. That's a foundation. Alright, now I'll start on the dramatic lighting. Okay, this one is actually easier, I have to say, as long as you follow the steps. So I'll start. Dramatic lighting, same thing, copy 2 layers, call it dramatic lighting shape. Okay, the first layer we add on top is to grab this whole layer and color pick on this dark color and then fill object. So I get a normal layer like this. Set the multiply to blending mode, multiply, and then 75%. Okay, so straight away we get the bottom tone for it. Okay, this one, the original shape at the bottom, original shape. This one I would do a levels, Control L, levels, and I'll decontrast it like this. So when I bring this down to this direction towards the left, it will be decontrast. If I bring it to the right, you will add contrast to it. In this direction will add contrast to it. Okay, so I decontrast 1.3, so it becomes decontrasted. So it looks more like this one that is a bit faded and decontrasted at the bottom layer. And this is multiply 75%. New layer, grab an orange color, and then I would just apply the orange color on where the sun hits. So use your observation skills to look at where the sun hits, or where the light hits, not the sun. God, this thing is crazy. Okay. Try to find a sweet spot for all the painting. Try to have some opacity value to it, so the strong areas, try to keep it a bit, just a tiny bit stronger. Just a tiny bit. Don't make it too obvious yet, because later we're going to duplicate this layer. So we will have a double overlay going on. So this layer, I'll call it the overlay. Overlay. Okay, so now I change it to overlay and you see how it works. Okay. Because overlay is one of our blending modes that does contrast of values that's added on top. So we do a good job of adding this orange value in contrast to the layers below. Yeah, if you are just trying out with digital painting, overlay can work for a lot of things. So do use it more frequently. It's kind of useful. Okay, so I have this layer here, overlay, 100% orange. Now I will set it to duplicate. So I'll duplicate 2, so I have overlay 1 and overlay 2. Okay, 1 is the one that is more spread out. My renaming is pretty bad on this keyboard. Spread out. Overlay 2 is the one that is a core highlight. So the one with the core highlight, we will try to erase off more of it. Maybe both of it, I'll put it to like 75%. So the core highlight, I'll just let it stick to the core areas. So I don't want it to be so strong on the upper side. So I'm using eraser and I'm erasing all this. Erase, erase, erase. Make sure you use a fill to lower the opacity. Do not use opacity. So there is 8 blending modes over here that does a different thing when you use fill and opacity. The algorithm that it uses for opacity and fill is different. So if you use fill, you apply the algorithm of overlay downward. If you use opacity, you just use the flat values. Your result will be very gray. Next time I can show you an example of the true difference between opacity and fill. And you see the difference, it's quite interesting. So always, if you're not sure, just always use fill. You'll never be wrong. Fill is always a better one where you adjust opacity. That's the easy way to think about it. Always adjust opacity using fill first. Do not use opacity if you can. If you don't know how to use it, don't use it. Just makes it very flat. Okay, I apply this area to the top. Erase off slightly more. Now I have my core that is very strong, and then the one that is more spread out is not as strong as the core. Just by erasing these 2 layers, erasing most of the core of the orange color. Okay, now I will do a light streak on top. A new layer, I'll do a light streak. Okay, I'll use my lasso tool. So you can watch, huh? You come like this. Let's use my observation skill to see where it lands. Something like this. It's good for me. Color pick, fill color. Okay, so paint bucket. I did a color like this. Now I'll just set it to overlay also, everything using overlay. I want a gradient to hit the bottom part, so I'll use a big eraser, soft eraser brush. Opacity I can put to 100%, it's okay, so I'll just erase off. Make sure you use a big one, so you'll be able to erase a lot and you see a gradient. Blending mode is on, overlay. I want the edges to be not so sharp, so I go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. And give it a value of 7. Maybe lesser actually, I'll give it a value of 5. Okay, so this is pretty close. Okay, so this is the base of what you can start with. You can do more things on top of this, but if you get to this point, you should be pretty good. You can. Yep, lesson ending soon. That's why I have to rush through also. Okay, so hope you don't mind if you cannot catch up. I'll just think of this as a live recording. If you cannot catch up later, you go to the recording. I'll post the recording on Breadboard, and it will also be on YouTube, so don't worry, it will always be there when I post it on YouTube. And yeah, you'll be on YouTube also. Alright. Remember, always when you color correcting, you keep a layer at the bottom so you can fall back on it. So if I don't like it, I can still go back to my original one. Yeah. So if you have the basic steps down, you can just come up with more layers on top. Try to color correct it your own way. Fine. Some of these spots are too hot. Okay, just move it down. Okay, you guys have to go? Yeah, sure. So, yeah, thanks for coming, and later I'll post the link online, and don't be afraid if you cannot catch up, so just rewatch the video or look through the steps that I put on the link. Yeah. Maybe download the whole file, you have all the steps. Okay, bye bye. Where are you guys going? Which lesson? What? Understanding Singapore? Okay, bye bye. Cheers. Under Singapore is on this time? Thought it's on the afternoon? Okay, bye bye. Cheers. Okay, see you next time. Try to host someone. Bye. Remember, submit on Blackboard first, then submit on ArtStation. Bye bye. Post on ArtStation by tomorrow, 6 PM. Bye.